Hey, Gemma James here from GemmaJamesOnline.com, helping mums reduce the stress in their lives with powerful tools and practical tips to help you sleep better, bring in more money, get on better with your partner, have more fun with your kids, and spend more time on you. And today I've got one tip for you to help lower your stress levels and help calm you down when you're having a bit of a frantic day. You know, one of those days where your husband just can't seem to pick up after himself, the kids are driving you mad and just won't stop asking questions, and you forget to pick up like a certain ingredient for dinner, and everything is just kind of going wrong and your stress levels are really being tested, and it's got one of those days. Okay, now we all have these. You are human, it is absolutely fine, we all have them, but there are things that you can do to reduce those stress levels so that your day doesn't continue like it. Because otherwise, if you're focusing on all that bad stuff, that's what you're going to bring in more of. It's almost like if you've heard about things always go wrong in threes, so it's almost like once two things have gone wrong, we're expecting something else to happen because bad things always happen in threes. Therefore, because we're expecting it, we're thinking about it, ultimately it's going to happen. Whereas if you can turn it around, okay, something's gone wrong, something's happened, if you can just deal with it in the moment and move on, that means that your day doesn't necessarily have to continue being like that, and you can get a little bit more grounded, get back on a bit more of an even keel. And it's very, very simple, takes literally 2 minutes, and it's to focus on your breathing. Okay, now stick with me here because I know it might sound a little bit meditation, might sound a little bit woo-woo. I'm just talking about focusing on your breathing. It is the best way to calm your body down, to calm your mind, to soothe your soul. Is just to get rid of all of those thoughts and focus on the breathing. So when you're feeling your stress levels rising, when you're feeling like you're about to snap, when you're feeling like you literally can't take any more, remove yourself for like 2 minutes. You know, even if it means you have to go and sit on the toilet, if that's the only place you can get any peace, okay, go somewhere for 2 minutes, sit down as comfortably as you can, unless you're on the toilet obviously, but try and get as comfortable as you can, and just take 2 minutes to really focus on your breathing. Just close your eyes, get comfy, breathe in for 5 seconds. Okay, so you're going to hold it for 5 and you're going to let it out for 7. Okay, now when you're breathing, when you're doing this, don't just focus on the counting, don't just focus on breathing in for 5, holding for 5 and breathing out for 7, but also really focus on the breath and how does it feel. So really feel it as the breath enters your nostrils, really feel it going down into the back of your throat. When you're holding that breath, really focus and notice where you're holding it. Where does it feel tight? Where do you start feeling the pressure? Is it in your chest? Is it in your tummy? Is it in your back? It doesn't matter where it is, that's not the point. The point is to just really notice it and focus on it so that you're calming your mind by focusing on one thing. Okay, and as you're breathing out, again, focus on that release. Where do you feel it release first? Where does it feel like it's leaving the body? Does it come out slowly through your nose? Does it come out through your mouth? Really notice and focus on that release. Focus on the actual breath, because you've got so many thoughts going through your head. We literally think like tens of thousands of thoughts a day, and so when you've got all these going around your head and you're thinking about the dinner's got to get cooked and you haven't folded the laundry yet and you've still got to do the dishes and you've got to pick the kids up and you've got all this stuff, all of that is just adding to your stress levels. It's sending all these chemicals around your body that are going to make you feel worse, and as a result you're not going to sleep very well, you're going to snap at your husband, you're going to snap at your kids, and it's all going to be a big cycle from there. So when you can just take 2 minutes, if you're starting to feel a little bit stressed, take 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you need. 30 seconds is going to be better than nothing. Take some time away to just focus on your breathing. Get somewhere comfy, close your eyes, breathe in for 5, hold for 5 and breathe out for 7, and really focus on that. And thoughts will probably come in as you're doing it. You'll be thinking, was that counting to 5? Did I hold it long enough? Why is my nose itching? Why am I doing this again? What's the point of this? What if somebody walks in and sees me? You're going to have all of these thoughts, and it's natural. Try as much as you can to just kind of flip them away, just to kind of disregard them. Acknowledge they're there, that's great. Kind of flip them away a little bit with your imaginary hand and go back to focusing on the counting of the breath, and focus on where you're feeling it, where you're holding it, where you feel any pressure and things like that. You may want to do this sort of 10 times. Once you start to feel a little bit calmer, then you can go back to your day. Now, I'm not saying that as soon as you do this once, you're going to feel happy and light and free for the rest of the day. You may need to do this a few times throughout the day, but when you can do this, it's going to keep you on an even keel, because otherwise what's going to happen, you're going to find yourself getting more and more stressed. Like I've said, the stress hormones and the stress chemicals are going to be released in your body, so you're going to find it harder to actually cope. Everything's going to feel more overwhelming. You'll be snapping, like I say, with your family members, which is going to cause arguments, which will make you feel more stressed. You might go to bed angry, which means you don't sleep very well, which means you wake up the next day in a bad mood, and it's all going to have this ongoing ripple effect. So when you can take the time to just spend 2 minutes, 30 seconds, whatever you can get, whatever you feel you need, but whatever you can get, to go back to focusing on your breathing, getting back onto a bit more of an even keel, you'll be able to cope with the day a little bit better. Subscribe to my channel if you want some more techniques and tips on reducing your stress. They're things that are going to take literally 5 minutes a day, but that are going to have such a huge positive effect on your stress levels, on your life, on your ability to cope. And head over to my website, gemmajamesonline.com, for more tips and techniques over there. Speak to you soon.